So, no matter where you're at on your journey, the mere fact that God woke you up lets you know that you have purpose. But with that being said, I want you to understand that where you are on your journey right now is not your forever. And you got to put that in your mind that this is not your forever. I don't care how many times you have repeated that cycle. I don't care how many times your mother and your grandmother and your great grandmother, because what you're participating in 9 times out of 10, if it's real hard for you to break, is what we call a generational pathology, a curse in the family bloodline. And those things, especially when God has sent you here to break it, is the hardest to break. It's the hardest to break, honey. You stay in that thing, some of you. Some of you don't, I don't know. What I want to say is you have to understand that this is not your forever. And there is going to come a time where you're going to look to God and you're going to say, thank you for using a vessel like mine. Because the mere fact that you are still alive and you have made it through all of those things, that you know that you have purpose and there is something inside of you that God has put down inside of you. And you're blessed for God to use you in such a way, especially when what God has placed inside of you is able to touch other people. Be thankful and be grateful, and don't sit in your insecurities and your doubts and your fears of yourself and convince yourself that you're not usable, because where you are in your life, amen, honey, God has the power to use anyone and anything for his purpose and his mission here, honey, including you. Including you. And you got to start looking at it like that. And I didn't look at it like that all of my life. God, some thing, baby, listen. You're usable. And sometimes God will use the person that most people think are not usable at all. He probably been out there in the streets like I was, hoeing and prostituting and on drugs and all types of things. And I hope you don't block this video, honey. That's what I hope, honey. But you get what I'm saying. Been out there and have done some things in your life and you just feel that nothing about you is usable or appeasing to God. Understand that God has placed something in you, honey. He knew your life before you came here. A lot of this shit is spiritual warfare. Amen. Spiritual warfare is what I'm learning.